WW travelers, welcome back. And we're in Germany now, just outside of Munich. Today we're going down to southern Germany, right on the border with Austria, to a little town called Berchtesgaden and the Eagle's Nest. It was one of the last places captured by the Allies, and it was very symbolic because it was one of Hitler's places. So we're gonna go check that out. It's actually like a little beer garden today, so that should be very interesting.
We drove about 2 hours south from Munich down into the Alps of southeast Bavaria. That's where Berchtesgaden is. We actually just crossed into Austria because that's the fastest way to get there right now. We had a little bit of rain on the drive, but it seems to have cleared up now, so fingers crossed we still have good weather. It doesn't take long to really get in the mountains out here.
If you haven't seen the other videos from this series, this trip is pretty much a bucket list trip for my dad. We brought him along to visit some really famous World War II sites. My grandfather served in World War II in the Army, so these sites are really high on his list. If you haven't seen those other videos, we did some really cool stuff, like we went to Normandy and Belgium and a couple other places.
We stayed in a World War II bunker turned into an Airbnb.
So definitely go check out those videos.
Before we go to the town of Berchtesgaden, we decided that we would go up to the Eagle's Nest. This is one of Hitler's mountain retreats. You have to take a bus to get up to it. Those buses don't run all day long, so we wanted to make sure we did that before we actually headed into the town. But we're heading up this crazy windy mountain road to get to the bus stop.
We made it. And it's looking kind of a little bit stormy, so we're making sure we have our rain gear, just in case. So my dad is a big fan of the Band of Brothers series. It was on HBO Max about 20 years ago. I think it was the last episode took place in Berchtesgaden and the Eagle's Nest, where we are now. Supposedly, Easy Company of the 101st Airborne were the first to capture it from Germany. Hello, guten Tag. Can I have 3 adults, please?
3 adults?
Yes. Okay, we got a round trip. It was 28 euros a person, so a little pricey, but this is what we have to do to go visit the Eagle's Nest. But gotta get on the bus right now. One of the reasons you can't drive your car up to the Eagle's Nest is that the road is really steep and windy, and these buses are specially outfitted for the steep road.
Also, if you don't want to pay $28 and take this bus up, I believe you can walk to the top, but it's a pretty hefty elevation gain, and I think it takes about 2 or 3 hours.
So high up. I don't know how they built this in the 30s. I'm really glad that none of us had to drive it. I'm scared.
How you doing, Joe?
I just close my eyes and I lived a good life.
So now we have to walk through this tunnel, and then we take an elevator. I think it's 450 feet up. And the elevator was built in the 1930s when this place was built. It's an incredible view so far.
You look a little nervous.
That was a harrowing bus drive, and also just the history of this place and who was here and what it was used for.
A little grim.
Yeah, the energy is, you know, kind of some negative vibes.
Just dropped about 20 degrees as soon as we popped in here. It's super, super chilly. And pretty creepy too. Wow, what a view. This is really up here on the top of this mountain. It looks like we have some weather that's rolling in, so we're gonna try to make it up to the top of this little hiking trail here to get a good view before the rain comes.
The view is pretty spectacular. I imagine on a nice day, it is just absolutely incredible. I don't know how they built this up here. Also definitely have the not great vibes just from the evil that came through this area. The Nazi party had a lot of offices and headquarters down in the town below, Berchtesgaden. Look at that. Back it right now. It is. It is blowing in real hard right now. Ah.
Are we gonna get wet?
I think we're gonna get blown off the freaking mountain. And it's time to go back down. Wow.
Holy cow, that weather moved in really fast. Well, we were really hoping to be able to get a beer or some food and kind of check out a little more of the history while we were up there, but as soon as the weather came in, everything outside closed. The restaurant was done for the day too. We're lucky that we were able to get up there and at least see the view and see a little bit of it before it became completely socked in.
Steady rain has started falling, so everything kind of closed up. We got to see it, which is cool. Now we're gonna head back to the car and go down to explore Berchtesgaden a little bit. Some trouble with your umbrella there? There's a museum in the area called the Documentation Center. That is closed for renovation, unfortunately. It just aims to bring to light a little bit of the kind of dark history of this area, since a lot of the planning of the war and some of the atrocities of the war happened here. So that would have been interesting, but we cannot go today. So despite the rain, we're gonna walk around Berchtesgaden a little bit because it is a cute town. Even though it's only like 5 o'clock, we wanna get some bratwurst. And there are a ton of Bavarian restaurants here because we're in Bavaria, imagine that. There's the bratwurst, I want it. Okay, this is the Bavarian restaurant I was looking for, so hopefully it doesn't disappoint. This restaurant was established in 1576, so like 460 years old. If you've been in business that long, I guess you're doing something right.
This whole trip we've been looking for some really good Bavarian food. So I think we went a little overboard here. Got some pretzels as appetizer.
I found Glühwein, which is mulled wine, which normally I only get when we go to the Christmas markets. Last time I had it was in Poland when we went to the Christmas markets there. Go check out those videos. And it's kind of rainy and cold outside.
So it definitely works. This is actually associated with the famous Hofbrauhaus. So Kelly's dad and I got some big beers coming.
My Glühwein is delicious, and I also got Käsespätzle, which I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering that, but it's basically like a German macaroni and cheese. Sounds good to me. And my dad got Wiener Schnitzel, which is a veal cutlet, and we got some Nuremberg bratwurst.
Oh, what a meal.
That was so good.
Now it is time for us to head back to Munich, and unfortunately tomorrow we have to fly back home. So this is gonna be the end of our World War II Europe trip.
It has been such a crazy trip. We saw a lot of places that we probably never thought that we'd actually see, but because they were on my dad's bucket list, we did get to see them, and we're super happy about that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you made it to this point in the video, you might as well hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up if you like this. So until next time, this is Kelly and Kevin from the Awkward Tourists. Peace out.
I like your T-Rex arms.
I know.
Do it again.
I couldn't. I had limited options. Today is a very special day because we are finally going to pick up our little camper that we bought a little over a week ago. Oh my god. Like, it's a tiny little thing. It's so small. Oh my god, it's so cute.
All right, we are all hooked up and ready to go.
I think this is the tiniest camper I've ever seen in my life.
Camera lens fell off. That was used, oh my gosh, this road is so windy.
So now you got like a peeing sound behind me. I'm peeing my pants because I'm so high up. I think I need to do more cardio at home.
Personal fart. Personal fart.
That's you.
Personal fart.
Stop it. Okay, stop.
It says personal fart.
Oh, wow.